So if students don't think that their learning is relevant, they check out. That's why CTE programs exist. Not every single student is set up for your regular four-year university. They all have their different routes. Some might be going to trade school, some might be going to the military, but to be able to give them that option and be able to give them those skills that they need to prepare them for options post-secondary high school, I think is what's important, and I think CTE does that. At our district, we have about 44 pathways, 13 industry sectors that are represented. So my pathway is called the Sports Medicine Pathway. It's part of the health science and medical technology industry. California has actually identified that pathway specifically to be one of the growing careers.
The physiology class is part of our health pathway program, which also includes biology and community health. So the physiology class is all about the human body and learning about the parts and how they work. There's many reasons students take this class. One is that they know they're interested in the medical field. A lot of them are just trying to find out what they want to do, so it's a great place to take a high school class before they kind of commit to something in college where they're not really sure of.
Whether they decide this is something they want to do in the long run or not, that I've done my job, because then I at least save them time and then also save them money, right? Deciding whether or not this is something they really want to pursue. Because the students do get introduced to a lot of skill set that they would be learning in college and also in some technical schools. And so this really opens them up to those different opportunities.
They have lots of opportunities for things like internship, volunteer work, job shadowing, those things that can really give them a head start.
One of our big ones is San Diego Mesa College. They're able to take in my students and do some job shadow experience on the sideline, working their football games, volleyball games, etc. And they're able to really get an idea of what it's like to be in that environment. On Fridays, we do lab days for the sports medicine students, and that's where they're able to practice their skills. If they do decide to do this later on in college or later on in life, these skills are still transferable to those classes that they'll be taking in the future.
When students are done with this program, they will have some background information already, so that when they do go on to maybe health occupations or community college or four-year college, they will have had some information, because sometimes the first anatomy class or the first medical terminology class can be overwhelming. So hopefully this will give them a head start so they won't be so stressed out and overwhelmed.
Through the CTE programs offered at the Grossmont Union High School District, students are able to find the path that's right for them.